This is AC Starlord, aka Austin. Welcome back to my channel, and this video is about the Masters of the Universe from the 80s, I believe. I think this is the 80s. It's not the new one they're making, but it's from the 80s. But let me double check while I'm here on my computer because I can do that. Uh, let's see, 1987. So it was made in 1987, and you can totally tell that this movie was made in 1987. You can see how badly Skeletor looks. He's white. His face is white, but not that white. It's actually a skeleton, and his body's supposed to be purple. They went black and had a black cloak on. The staff was okay. He-Man. He doesn't have the cross on his thing, but he has the other stuff, his other armor. But him having the sword in this picture, he barely uses the sword. And when he does use the sword, it's towards the end. It's more him using his blaster, or even if he has a blaster or not, it's him using that more often than anything. Um, Tila is there, Man of Arms is there, some weird troll looking dude is there. I forgot his name, it's not important. Uh, the girl they call Evil something's there. I forgot her name too. And then you have the assassins always. There are different assassins like Beastman and the Snake one and Slasher, I think, or something like that is all there. And then he has Stormtrooper like soldiers in this. Or Skeletor has Stormtrooper like soldiers. And then they meet some girl named Kevin and Julie when they go into supposedly they're supposed to go into New York, but I don't think they ever made it to New York. They made some small town somewhere. And her life is her parents are gone. She's going off to New York, and her and Kevin, our boyfriend and girlfriend, they just grew apart. And then lo and behold, the little transfer device that He-Man and Skeletor have, a little key thing they had, it was disappearing in a small little town, and then you most of the movie is on Earth. Now, the first half of the movie and the first half of this movie is in Eternia, which is a different Earth, and that's a good thing because the new movie, is going to take place of He-Man or Prince Eric, I believe his name is Prince Eric, is going to be in the real world. And most of the story, the original story, takes place in the real world of He-Man being in the real world and then going to Eternia. But this one starts in Eternia, and we get that Skeletor's caused a major war in there. But then we go into the real world, Skeletor sends his goons to the real world, and then the only time we see Eternia is when Skeletor's point of view of it, because he sends Evila or something like that with the henchmen on Earth, and then it's like, you know, Kevin and Julie's problems mixed in with He-Man and Man at Arms and Tila, and then the little troll dude, and then you have a cop after them, and he's trying to arrest both sides. It's kind of a mixed jumble. So they kind of do what they do with Space Jam, except instead of cartoon characters, it's real life characters inside of real life characters inside Earth, and it's kind of like also Ninja Turtles 3, where in Ninja Turtles 3, the live action one, of course, the 90s one, they have ancient samurais in modern modern 90s Earth modern 90s um setting on our planet, in that time period, and then you send then there's Turtles in ancient Japan, except you get He-Man, Attila, and the Troll Dude and Man at Arms in the real world. Just the opposite of that. Just trade the samurais with He-Man and his companions. The guy who played He-Man's not bad at doing the job for this one. He's pretty entertaining. The guy who plays Skeletor is pretty entertaining. I just didn't like the way Skeletor looked. It's kind of weird. And if you're looking for him to say, "I've got the power," he says it towards the end, and they don't put the armor on him. He's once he becomes Skeletor's slave towards the end. He when he says, "I got the power," they don't put the armor back on until the end, and then when he gets armor, it's new armor, it's gold after they defeat Skeletor. And Skeletor had a sword the whole time, and he hid it in his cloak. But then also with Man-at-Arms, they told him Skeletor went to Earth and told everyone, "Hey, if doesn't He-Man doesn't become my slave, I would wipe out these people." And He-Man begins to save. He said, "Put all your weapons down." Man-at-Arms had a sword on the back, and he didn't throw that down. That was kind of weird. Uh, the fact that also most of the movie was on Earth, not Eternia, on Earth, and then they focused on who's going to take over Grayskull. This right here is Grayskull. That's not the actual Grayskull. And then back there you see the real world behind there. It's a very interesting movie. I'm glad they did it for some fans in 1987, but people in 1987 probably be like, why are we dealing with Julie and Kevin's problems? They're growing apart. She's going away, blah, blah, blah. And then this dude's all about music, thinking the keys as a sympathizer for his music. And it's just weird. It's just weird when you involve human characters and involve the human world. And then after they fight the final battles between both sides, even a big giant battle between Skeletor and He-Man, they tell Julie and Kevin about their customs about how it's not saying goodbye, it's a good journey. Um, then she wakes up. I think the little troll wizard dude makes her wake up and see her parents again because her parents were gone in the beginning, and hides her key, tries to take the keys away from them. And then Kevin remembers about the parents, and then they had the little ball, Eternia, remembering that Eternia's never far away because they give it to her at the very end. And then that's the end of the movie. You end with the human characters on Earth, and then you see He-Man and the little skull, the little crystal ball thing saying, "I got the power." I wanted to see him more whip out his sword. Like he sort of whip out his sword towards the middle and then towards the end. The sword is his weapon. Okay? That's where he gets his power from. And you see him with a blaster the whole time, shooting off imitated looking versions of stormtroopers. And then it's a mixed bag. I wouldn't say this one's the greatest movie ever made, but someone from the 1980s, someone from 1987 might have, someone from 1987 must have really loved this movie. Someone from 1987 that was a kid and loved the Masters of the Universe or He-Man, the Master of the Universe, or whatever. I know the original cartoon's called He-Man, the Master of the Universe, and then they changed the Masters of the Universe. And when He-Man and then when Skeletor got it, oh, the Eye of whatever. I forgot the name of it too, but Eye of whatever. I got the power of all the universe. Yeah, they could put him in a cool costume and then he was powerful, but he still got weakened by He-Man. Again, put him in the real world, it's all mixed bag, all that stuff with that. It reminded me of Ninja Turtles and Space Jam. So in Space Jam, it's cartoon characters in the real world, and then LeBron. I mean, Michael Jordan in a cartoon world, then LeBron in the LeBron in the part more in the cartoon world because I mean we're going to speak on that real quick. Michael Jordan didn't spend too much time in the cartoon world. The cartoon spent more time in the real world. and they had the they had the real game in a they had the real basketball game in the cartoon. I mean, the real game in the real world with the cartoon characters being in the real world. And then if we're going to talk about LeBron. LeBron was also more in the cartoon world than the real world. But Space Jam and then also Ninja Turtles 3. Mainly Ninja Turtles 3, when you take the samurais, ancient samurais, and put them in modern 90s culture, pop culture, and world, and you take these characters, this movie happened to be made in 1987, and you put them in 1987's pop culture and world, and they still follow by their regular customs, like He-Man and Man-Arms and Tila still follow by their customs, even though they're on Earth, and they could do something different and different game plan, but they didn't do that. Um, I just wish we saw a lot more Eternia than on Earth. And I heard the original He-Man, this original He-Man right here on the screen here behind me, is actually going to be a cameo in the new He-Man movie. This is the reason why I watched this movie. I mean, and then he's going to be a cameo in the new Masters of the Universe, He-Man Masters of the Universe. But he's going to be in the new Masters of the Universe as a cameo. I wonder the old Skeletor is going to be in there, but if not, oh well. I wouldn't say this is the greatest. I didn't. I mean, I enjoyed parts of this. I thought it was a little funny. I sat there being a little bit serious, sat there watching this a little bit seriously because I mean, look, if I had a chance to watch this more often, like I rented it for like on Amazon for like 99 cents. So like if I had more time to watch this, yes. And then even if I owned it, say if I the half price books I found it there automatically and bought it on Blu-ray, and they got it on Blu-ray, then yeah, I will probably get it on Blu-ray and watch it over and over and over again and do another review. But I only had 30 days to watch this, so I wanted to watch it right away. Now I can probably still watch it again, but it's kind of not my cup of tea. Now, I wouldn't say He-Man in the Master of the Universe is not my cup of tea because I do have a Christmas ornament of it and I do enjoy the cartoon. This movie right here from 1987 is not my cup of tea. It was someone's cup of tea in 1987, or maybe two or three kids. They're now adults and like, oh, you remember that Master of the Universe that we watched or in 1987 was kind of goofy, but we still enjoyed it. That's up for them. But the rest of the people that are probably fans of this probably said this was a stinker. It sucked. It wasn't the greatest. And they were also from 1987. So what I'm trying to say is this wasn't the greatest. In today's terms, I wouldn't revisit this. I only did this so I can watch this. I only did this so I can watch this so I can go and watch the new one and see, compare and contrast to the new Masters of the Universe. I'm pretty sure the new Masters of the Universe is going to follow more of Kevin Smith and the actual cartoon than this one did. This one is actually really dropping a failure to what it is. Nothing to this actor who actually played He-Man and about to end this. Presume no, nothing to the actual actor who played He-Man. He actually looked like the part of He-Man, and he did a very good job. But I wish they would start off with him being Prince Eric, then him getting the sword, so I don't have the power. But he was already muscular. They already started with him being He-Man, and then Skeletor they could just have him purple, his body purple, and have him look like the original, and even just do some goofy sayings and whatnot. He was the guy who played him was okay, but he did. Like I said, it's okay. They're both okay actors. But he overspeeched over Skeletor. Skeletor doesn't do too much speeches. He's not that type of evil villain. He's straight to the point. I mean, he does speeches, but he's straight to the point and he gets his point across. And then he says something funny at the end of the end of his evil speech, or it makes you feel. scared and threatened. The only one, I mean, the original one had a funny, goofy voice, and everyone loves that. And then, the only one I really did feel scared for, it was Kevin Smith's um, He-Man Masters Universe with Mark Hamill playing Skeletor. So, the great Joker, the great Luke Skywalker played also Skeletor. So, anyways, I'm going to watch the new one when it comes out on June 5th. So that's why it's, doing this video now. So I can do probably a Master Universe vlog for the new one and then a video review for the new one. So you guys have this one already out. So if you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell, and deuces. See you guys in the next video.